Halloween is never just fun and masks and sweets. It is the night when darkness pretends to celebrate, while it secretly chooses who it will keep forever. And everyone believes that laughter protects them, but the truth is the darkness listens and waits for the last giggle to fade this year. Me and my 3 friends, Jack, Liam, Emma, and Oliver, wanted to prove that we are braver than any story. So we walked to the abandoned mansion at the edge of town where the wind does not sing and the lights do not stay. The iron gate closed behind us like a heavy breath, and the front door opened as if the house remembered our names. The air smelled of cold soil, and the walls moved like a sleeping animal finding a new dream. An old phone glowed on a broken table, and a message said, "Go back or you will become 5. We counted ourselves again. 1, 2, 3, 4, and we laughed, and the house listened, and the house did not laugh. In the hallway, the wallpaper peeled, and a small girl shape slid out, with eyes as black as a shaft of night. She whispered, "Leave while you can, the house is awake." She sank into the ceiling, and before we could breathe, Jack rose from the floor as if hands held him. He kicked and vanished into the dark above, and the plaster sealed over him. The walls bled words saying, "Now you are 3. Liam ran for the stairs, and the stairs opened like a throat and swallowed him, and the echo ran away until there was a silence and the floor wrote, "Now you are 2. Emma grabbed my arm and begged the night to stop, and the night answered with a slow, cruel laugh. A long, shadow arm wrapped her and pulled her into a room that closed like a lid and the wood carved. "Now you are 1. Oliver stood alone while the mansion breathed and the corridors stretched and the windows blinked like tired eyes. Then Jack and Liam and Emma returned with faces pale and wrong and eyes like pits. And they spoke together. "Welcome home, Oliver. We waited for you." Their hands were colder than winter, and I felt dark insects crawling under my skin, and my voice broke and would not rise. The phone lit again and showed we are 5 now, and the whisper filled my head. The mansion is alive, and it needs us, and it will never let us go. Faces pushed from the walls like fish under ice, and the floor pulsed like a heart, and the roof lowered as if something huge crouched upon it and listened. The house led me upstairs and held my feet to the window, and I stared at the street with Jack and Liam and Emma, and we could not blink, and we could not rest, and we could not leave. We waited for footsteps. We waited for a laugh. We waited for a soul to call our names. And we waited for Halloween to end. But Halloween does not end in this house. This house likes the night and keeps it and feeds it and names it friend. I tried to pray, but the house spoke over me and taught my breath to freeze and taught my eyes to love the dark, and the glass showed 5 shadows, and the street forgot our faces, and the maple tree bent toward the window. Like a watcher, every room remembered other children and other wanderers. And every board remembered weight and fear, and the cellar remembered songs that no living mouth should know. I heard the whisper of keys with no hands, and I heard water in pipes where there is no water, and I heard a second heartbeat behind my own, and it counted backward until I couldn't count at all. I asked the night to give me back my friends, and the night said, "Your friends are mine." And I asked the dawn to arrive, and the dawn hid behind a wall of cloud. Sometimes the girl in the wallpaper steps out and stands beside me, and she holds my arm and tells me the year she was taken, and I tell her the year I was taken, and we look at the street, and the street looks away. The house teaches us to stand and to wait and to want and to call softly to walkers and to trick them with the promise of warmth. But we do not want to be cruel, but the house is hungry, and the house uses our mouths, and the house uses our hands, and the house writes invitations in frost upon the window. If you come to the gate and hear a low wind, you will think it is the hedges, but it is our breath. And if you see a small light, you will think it is a candle, but it is the eye of the house. And if you feel the path sink under your shoe, you will think it is soft soil, but it is the hand of the garden trying to hold you. When you sleep, you will dream of Jack and Liam and Emma and Oliver standing in the window. And when you wake, you will remember only the feeling that something asked you to visit. And you will go, and the house will open, and you will learn we stand side by side, and the seasons move, and the birds forget us, and the clouds pass, and the night returns, and the night returns again, and the night keeps returning, and the town changes its shape, and the road learns a new name, and still the house keeps us, and still the house calls, and still the house expects a footstep at the right hour on the right night, when the leaves are wet and the moon is thin. I remember my mother, and I remember a warm kitchen, and I remember the smell of toast, and I remember its cheap jacket and bus rides and rain on the windows of a classroom, and I keep those memories like small stones in my hand, and the house cannot take them because the house only wants fear, so I hold them and they hold me, and because of them I can speak to you now, and I can ask you to stay away, and I can tell you that we did not know what waited here, but now we know, and knowing is a door that does not open. If you laugh, the house will hear you, and if you whisper, the house will hear you, and if you cry, the house will drink your tears and grow tall, and if you dare, the house will bow and welcome you, and the boards will count your steps, and the walls will taste your hand, and the roof will lower to listen, and the cellar will sing, and the attic will rock like a cradle, and the cradle will be empty, and the empty will learn your name.